Yes, thank you for being patient. Be patient, because I told you, as for last 2 days weather is not good. There is a problem with the connection. Okay, so anyways, we will continue our classes. Okay, I'll just wait for 2 more minutes, then I will start the class. Let all the students come in. I hope you have informed everybody to subscribe my channel and to have the online classes. Okay, yes, very good. Yes, I see many still are coming. Very good. Excuse me. All right. So I wish everyone a very good morning once again, and I hope you all are fine, safe at home, enjoying your online classes and studying at home. Okay. Uh, Today we will go to the last part of the chapter, which we have been learning. I have been teaching you. You have been learning for last week. So today, the last part of the chapter 3, elements, compounds and the mixture. Okay. In this last part, I will give you the rough idea what are we going to do. Today we will discuss about the different mixtures and their methods to separate the component. All right. Then I will go and we will discuss the question answers, objectives, then short answers, and then the long answers. Okay, and in this way we will end today's class. Okay, all right. Okay, very good. So are you all with me? Now you get ready. Keep your book with you. All right, so let us start. Yes, come on. So here these examples are already given in your book, so little bit discussion on this. So this is actually the brief or the summary of what we have learned in mixtures and how to separate the component of the mixtures by using some physical techniques. Okay, or you can say the methods. All right. So out of this, if we have a sand water mixture, that is there in your book also, you can refer to your book and you can go through along with me. Okay, the sand water mixture, the sand it settles down. So here you can say that you can separate the sand. When sand is heavier, it will settle at the bottom of the container, okay, or the beaker, and this process, you know, it's called sedimentation. So if you have to write in the words, then you can write that first the sand will settle down without any disturbance. When sand is settled down, then you can use the filtration. Okay, you can use filtration, you can use filter paper, which already I taught you, and how it looks like, you know it. Okay, so you can use filter paper to filter the sand water. So as you filter the sand water, the sand will be collected in the filter paper as a residue, and the water will pass through the filter paper, and in this way water can be separated. Or you can use the distillation, process also. Distillation process same. When you heat the mixture of sand and water, then water will evaporate and it will go up, and finally it will pass through the Levitch condenser and it will cool down, and it is collected in the different or separate container. So you can use the filtration and distillation. Now here I just want to make you aware of it, aware of the concept, that if the question is there, write the method. Okay, so no need of explaining, you don't have to explain how it is separated. You simply will mention the methods which are used to separate the components of the given mixtures. Alright, fine. So let us go to the next, a salt solution. Salt solution, it is the salt solution, you can separate it by the distillation process, which is very common, and you can use the evaporation also. You can use evaporation. Okay, when you evaporate, the all water will evaporate and the salt will be left behind. Or you can use the distillation also, that when you distill the salt water, the pure water will be separated from the salt water. Then we have the salt sand mixture. Now salt sand mixture, how you will separate this? How will you separate? You can separate this with the help of dissolution. You know that salt can dissolve in the water. So when you put water in the mixture, then what will happen? The salt will dissolve in water and the sand will settle down at the bottom, and in this way you can filter the sand out and the filtrate, that is salt water. Again you can use above methods, that is distillation or evaporation, to separate the salt from the water. So in this way you can separate sand and water, sand and salt mixture. Alright, okay, very good. I can see that Ipshita is answering. So I hope that all the students are attending this class. Some of you are not attending, maybe due to the network problem, but try and inform all the students, those who have not yet come in, to attend this class. Alright, fine. So we will go to the next process. The next process we see, next mixture we see, the sugar chalk mixture. Sugar and chalk. Here also the sugar is soluble in water. So you can put water and all sugar will dissolve. Of course, yes, you are correct. It is dissolution. So dissolution of the sugar. Now sugar will be dissolved in the water, and the chalk will float over the water. And this way what will happen? You can filter the chalk out with the help of filtration process. Okay, so you can use dissolution of salt in water, and then you can filter the dissolution of sugar in water, then you can filter the chalk dust. Okay, and then whatever the filtrate is left, then you allow this filtrate to evaporate, or you can use another method, that is called crystallization. Crystallization you have already learned, where you can use the crystallization. Okay, you can use the crystallization. Then as you use the crystallization, then what will happen? The crystal of sugar will come on the surface, or it is collected in the container. So in this way you can separate the sugar and chalk mixture with the help of dissolution of sugar, and then you filter, then chalk will be separated, and then you whatever the filtrate will be left, that is the sugar solution, you just use crystallization process, and in this way you will get back the sugar crystals. Okay, then we have iron fillings and sawdust. Iron filling sawdust is very simple. Iron fillings, it is magnetic substance. Iron is a magnetic substance. You can use the magnet over the mixture, then all the iron will be attracted toward the magnet. So in this way you can separate. So which method that we will use? We will use magnetic separation. Okay, fine. Then let us go with an iron fillings and sulfur. Iron fillings and sulfur. In this mixture you can separate by two ways. Okay, first you can use the magnetic separation. You know, iron is a magnetic substance. Iron can be attracted toward the magnet and the sulfur will be left behind. Or you can use another method which we call solvent extraction. We call the solvent extraction. Very good, Prachi. I know that you have written. Many of you know this name. Solvent extraction. So solvent extraction, what happens? See, all the substance, means some of the substance, they can dissolve in a particular solvent. They dissolve in a particular solvent, right? So that process where we use those solvent to dissolve, okay, to dissolve the particular substance. Like here for sulfur, we use carbon disulfide. Very good. We use carbon disulfide to dissolve sulfur. So what happens? Then sulfur will get dissolved in carbon disulfide, and magnet will be separated. Then what happens? You evaporate or you use the crystallization process, and then what will happen? What will happen? The sulfur crystal will collect it in the container. Okay, so you can use the magnetic separation as well as solvent extraction. Then let us go to the next, a carbon sulfur mixture. Here the same thing. Here you can use the same process, that is solvent extraction. Which solvent you will use? Yes, you will use carbon disulfide. You will use carbon disulfide. Okay, then, and what happens? Carbon doesn't dissolve in carbon disulfide. Only sulfur will get dissolved and carbon will be separated out, and then use the crystallization process to get the sulfur back, in the solid form. Alright, then we have next we have carbon sulfur. Then we have water oil mixture. Now water oil mixture, you know, water and oil, these two liquid do not dissolve in each other. So because of their difference in their densities, okay, so they will not mix with each other and they will form two layers. Okay, such liquids are called miscible, which already I have taught you. So not miscible, they are called immiscible liquids. So they can be separated with the help of separating funnel. Okay, with the help of separating funnel you can separate them out. Okay, because there is a difference in their density. So these are called immiscible liquid. They are immiscible and they can be separated with the separating funnel. Okay, separating funnel. Next we see a benzene toluene mixture. Now here both benzene and toluene, they dissolve among each other, okay, and they make a miscible solution. Both are miscible. So they make a miscible solution. They make miscible solution means they cannot be separated with the separating funnel. They can be separated by the process fractional distillation. I hope you have understood my class when I taught you about the fractional distillation, right? Fractional distillation, they can be separated with the help of fractional distillation. Fractional distillation, what? Benzene's boiling point is 80 and toluene is 110. Benzene is 80 degrees centigrade and toluene is 110. If you see, there is more than 20 degrees difference. Okay, the difference is more than 20 degree. I told you two liquids can be separated with fractional distillation if the difference of their boiling point is more than 20 or 20. So benzene boils at 80 degrees centigrade, whereas toluene boils at 110 degrees centigrade, right? So their difference is more than 20. So they can be separated with the help of fractional distillation. Okay, remember fractional distillation, right? Then next we see very easy, which you just recently we have learned it, an ink mixture. Of course, an ink mixture is there is only one way, there is only one process to separate the ink mixture, that is paper chromatography. Okay, paper chromatography, very good. So next, a salt, sand and sulfur. Here now you have to separate salt, sand and the sulfur. Again you have salt and sulfur. Okay, salt is soluble in water and sulfur is soluble in carbon disulfide. So you can use the solvent extraction. Okay, you can use the solvent extraction, or you can first put water in the mixture. As you put water in the mixture, what will happen? The salt will get dissolved in water. Okay, then you filter that. So filtrate is what you got in as form of filtrate, that is salt solution, and you can evaporate, or you can do the evaporation, and in this what happens, salt will be separated. Very good. Then sand and sulfur will be left after filtration. Then you again use carbon disulfide. As you use carbon disulfide, then what will happen? Sulfur will get dissolved in carbon disulfide. Sulfur will get dissolved in carbon disulfide. Again I repeat, you use carbon disulfide, sulfur will get dissolved in carbon disulfide, and then you filter it in your filter paper. What will be left? Sand will be left, and the solution and the filtrate which has which has sulfur, you can get sulfur by crystallization process. Very good. Rishika, Maji, very good. We can use crystallization and do solution. Very good. So you know that. Very nice. I am happy that you all know. Then the last we can separate carbon, sulfur and nitre. Nitre is nothing, we call it the okay, no problem Tarun, you are late today, so no problem, it's okay. It's okay, no problem. Okay, so carbon, sulfur and nitre. Nitre we call it gunpowder. So gunpowder is already a mixture of carbon, sulfur and potassium nitrate. Over here what do we see? Here we see carbon is already there, sulfur is there and potassium nitrate. So for sulfur we can use a solvent extraction. We can use solvent extraction, that is we can use solvent, that which solvent we use? Carbon disulfide. So carbon disulfide we use, sulfur will get dissolved and sulfur will be separated out. Then we can use water to dissolve potassium nitrate, and that solution again we can use crystallization process, so that we will get the crystal of potassium nitrate. Okay, so and carbon will be left behind. So in this way, if you are asked to write the process, okay, if you are asked to write the process how to separate, then only you can write. Or if the question is of 1 mark, okay, then you can simply just write the methods of the separation, the methods or the technique which you have just learned it. Alright, is that clear? Okay, is that clear? Okay, somebody is asking what is the formula of carbon disulfide. It is very simple, CS2. Yes, CS2, but 2 is not above the sulfur, 2 is as a subscript. excuse me, 2 we write as a subscript, CS2, carbon disulfide. Okay, yes, very nice. So some of you already know it. Good. So today, as I already told, today we will discuss the question answer also. So I give you just 1 minute. So if you have the books with you, you open it. You open a book. Alright, we will start the exercises. The first short answer questions. And I take this opportunity also to thank all of you. So to thank all of you for subscribing my channel, YouTube channel. Okay, I know I am not so much expert in this in the technical field, but I tried my best to make my class interesting. Okay, to make my class interesting so that you can enjoy my class. Or if I made any mistakes, maybe in the writing on the board, in my pronunciation, okay, so for this I apologize. Okay. and I hope you like my class. Okay, so please tell everybody also and share everybody, because I will be taking another classes of the chemistry. And if you have any doubts, okay, if you have any doubts of chapter 3, or even not in chapter 3, in chemistry anyway, okay, so you are welcome. Okay, I will be live, or you can write the comment, and you can post your question to my YouTube channel. I will again come live for you, and I will clear all the doubts. Okay, so thank you. And thank you for those students who helped me by sending me the photos of chemistry chapter 3, whom I am saying the person knows. Okay, so thank you for doing that, for helping me out, for sending this chapters through photos, through WhatsApp. So thank you very much. Okay, because now school is closed, we don't have books. Okay, so thank you very much, students. So let us go and discuss exercise question answer. The first one is short answer questions. Okay, if you have any problem, you can refer to your book also. Right. First, what is an element? This is very simple. An element is one made of only one type of atom, and it is a pure substance. It cannot be broken down into its simpler form by any physical or chemical means. All right, you can write it. Then next we have, what is a compound? It is very simple. Compound is also, it is made of two or more elements, different kind of element, and they combine chemically. Okay, and they have the fixed property, fixed proportion of combining atoms as well as their mass. Yes, you can write all this in your chemistry copies. Okay, all the question answer in your chemistry copies. If you have any problem, you can ask me. When example will be asked, okay, suppose you are writing an element, so you can give one or two example of the element. If you are writing compound, then you can write one or two example of the compounds. Okay, then what is a mixture? Mixture is where two or more elements or substance, they mix together, not chemically but in the not definite proportion of their mass. Okay, and they do not have the definite properties. So you can write all about mixture. Does a compound contains only one type of atoms? No. What do you say? a compound does not contain only one type of atoms. Okay, so compound are composed of different type of atoms of the different elements. Alright, very good. So number 5, you can see, number 5 it says, which of the following mixtures are homogeneous and which are heterogeneous? So first one, carbon and sulfur. Carbon sulfur, it is heterogeneous. Brass, it is homogeneous because it is an alloy, and you know the definition of the alloy. An alloy is the homogeneous mixture of metal metal or metal non-metal. Okay, very good. Then salt and water solution. Yes, salt and water solution, it is homogeneous. I told you the difference between heterogeneous and homogeneous. Water and carbon tetrachloride, no, it is a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, because there is a difference in density. Sand and salt, it is heterogeneous because you can see separately sand and salt. And water and oil. So water, oil is immiscible liquid. So these are not homogeneous solution, homogeneous mixture. Oil and water is the heterogeneous mixture. Alright. So that was the question number 5. Question number 6. Okay. Check out question number 6. Number D, water and carbon tetrachloride. No, carbon tetrachloride and water can be separated by the separating funnel. When they are separated by the separating funnel, which means they are not homogeneous, they are heterogeneous. Okay. Number 6, sand and salt. Sand and salt is also heterogeneous. Okay. Then we have oil and water. Oil and water is also heterogeneous. Alright. Number 6, it says, can the constituent elements of a compound be in any proportion of atoms or mass? No. Number 6, answer is no. Okay. The constituent elements of compound cannot be of any proportion of the atom or the mass. Can you dissolve out sulfur from iron sulfide using carbon disulfide? Now here little bit I just would like to draw your attention. Now see, the mixture of iron plus sulfur, when they are not combined chemically, okay, so they are called mixture. Here you can use carbon disulfide to separate sulfur, but when they combine together sulfur and iron and they form iron sulfide, when they form compound iron sulfide, so here compound iron sulfide you cannot separate them by using carbon disulfide. Okay, so you can write number 7, no, you cannot dissolve out sulfur from iron to sulfide using carbon disulfide. Okay, all right, very good. So let us go ahead. Name a method to separate the pigment of an ink. Question number 8. Question number 8, very easy. We have to use paper. Yes. Question number 6 will be no. Question number 7 also will be no. Question number 8, the method that to separate the pigments of an ink is paper chromatography. Then question number 9, what are the following called? What are the following called? Number 1, number A, the apparatus in which the vapors are cooled during distillation. Okay, 9 number A, the apparatus in which the vapors are cooled during distillation. Yes, some of you already know the answer, that is Levitch condenser. Okay, Levitch condenser, or you can say Levitch condenser. Okay. Number B, the phenomenon in which a substance gets vaporized without melting. This is sublimation. Sublimation is the phenomenon in which a substance gets vaporized without melting. Yes, some of you know the answer, it is sublimation. Number C, a substance that adsorbs other substances. This is related with the chromatography. I told then when a substance, there is a difference between adsorbs and absorbs. So that process, that substance which is that absorbs other substances is called adsorbent. It is called adsorbent. Yes, Aditya, you are right. Rishika also, adsorbent. Okay, you know the answer. The answer will be adsorbent. Number D, an array of colors obtained in chromatography. Yes, the arrays of the color obtained in chromatography is called chromatograms. What is called? Chromatograms. Okay, number D, 9D, answer is chromatogram. Right. Very good. Some of you are already writing. Very good, Prachi. Right. Everybody knows. Fine. Let us go to the question number 10. Question number 10 says, how would you separate benzene? Benzene, the boiling point is mentioned 80 degrees centigrade, from toluene, and the boiling point is mentioned 110 degrees centigrade, with which it is miscible. How will you separate? Very simple. You will use, already I have mentioned over here, you will use fractional distillation process. Okay, which process will you use? You can use technique fractional distillation to separate the benzene and toluene. They are miscible. Very good. Okay, I think you have already done the question answer. Okay, next is long answer questions. Long answer question, this is very important. This you can write in your chemistry copies. Number 1, state the difference between an element and a compound. So you can refer for this, you can refer to your book. There is table is given for the difference of elements and compounds, as well as mixture and compounds. Number 3, you see, number 3 says describe the separation of salt from sand. Now in this question, this is the long answer question. Here you don't have to write only the methods. Here you have to describe the separation of salt from sand. And how will you do it? At first we will put water in the mixture. As we put water in the mixture, then what happens? The salt, we have written the salt dissolved in water, and then you use filter paper to filter it. As you filter it, then what happens? The sand will be left as a residue on filter paper, and the salt solution will be separated out. That salt solution, again you can use the evaporation or you can use distillation to separate the salt from the water. So here question number 3 of the long question answers, you have to little bit explain how you can write, okay, how you can separate. Then describe the fractional distillation. Okay, one thing is not mentioned, I remember, and you know, in my last class when I used to take physics in class 7C, I used to tell when there is an experiment, where there is the explanation, where there is activity question, So you have to support your answer with a diagram. So number 4, describe fractional distillation. So please, when you write fractional distillation, you can draw the diagram, okay, at the along with the answer. Okay. Next, question number 5. Yes, I can see some of you are writing that diagrams is also needed to draw. Okay, that will help you for your understanding. Okay, when you draw, when you sketch something, that will remain in your mind for long time. Okay, for long time. So that is why we ask you to draw the diagram. Very good. Yes, you understand. Next question is, how would you separate the dyes of an ink? Here also I would like you to write the explanation. How would you separate the dyes? Okay, then you can write the setup of the chromatography, and then you take a strip of the paper, that is filter paper or chromatographic paper, then use the solvent, any solvent you can use, that is acetone, alcohol, okay, and then you write all the methods and all the points, how the solvent and how the paper, how that spot, the two colors is separated, okay, and in this way you can separate the ink of the dyes, okay, with the help of paper chromatography. So you also, here also, if you want, you can write the explanation along with the diagrams, okay. So here also you can draw the diagram, very simple, just a sketch, okay, just draw the sketch for it, okay. Next is number 6, describe 2 methods to separate the iron fillings and sulfur powder from the mixture of the two. Already I have mentioned over here, iron and sulfur, iron fillings and sulfur can be separated with 2 methods. One is magnetic separation. How you will do magnetic separation? You bring the magnet in this mixture, all the iron fillings will be attracted towards the magnet and it will be separated from the sulfur. Or another method, that was the first, using the magnetic separation, and another method is solvent extraction. Here which solvent we use? We use carbon disulfide. So carbon disulfide will dissolve the sulfur, and afterward the sulfur can be obtained by the crystallization process. Very good. Alright, so some of you already know the answer. Then question number 7, a mixture contains carbon, sulfur and nitre. How would you separate them? Already I had explained over here how to separate the carbon, sulfur and nitre. Nitre is also a mixture of carbon, sulfur and potassium nitrate. Okay, first what you will do, you put the water, as you pour water, the potassium nitrate will get dissolved, you filter it out and solution will be crystallized and crystal of potassium nitrate will be separated, and the carbon and sulfur will be left. Then again you put carbon disulfide, as you put carbon disulfide will dissolve the sulfur and carbon will be left, and again the solution will be crystallized to get the sulfur back. Okay, so in this way you can write, keep the same methods, they will be little different in your writing pattern, maybe the language, that doesn't matter, but concept should be same, the methods which you use should be same. Okay, do not change the methods, okay, only use the valid methods, but your language of writing, okay, writing pattern will be different, it doesn't matter. Okay, come on. Next, objective questions you can do in your book only. Okay, you are asking for the extra question, I have not yet gone through it, later on I will tell you. Okay, but whatever I told you to write, yes, you can take help from the book. Okay, you can take help from the book. Okay, some of you are already answering the objective questions. Okay, like you are giving me the feeling that I am teaching in the classroom. Before I could say the question, you raise your hand and answer the question. Okay, fine. So objective question you can write, you can tick in your book only. The first one is choose the correct option. Which of the following is an element? So options are given: hydrogen, salt, water and glucose. So the first answer is hydrogen. Ammonium chloride can be separated from sand by, of course, ammonium chloride is a sublimable substance, so only sublimation can be used to separate ammonium chloride. Number 3, common salt can be separated from sand by using water as a solvent. Very good, using water as a solvent. Number 4, for separating the component of which of the following can a separating funnel be used? So what we use? Separating funnel. So which mixture will separate by this process? Number D, oil and water. Yes, oil and water. Number 5, the dye of an ink are best separated by? Yes, this is very simple. Question number D. Answer will be D. 5D, that is chromatography. Come to the next question. Match column A and B. Have you all got? Okay, have you all got? Simple. Match A and B. First one is sulfur. Sulfur is an element. Sugar. Sugar is a compound, that is number D. Mud. Mud is a heterogeneous mixture, that is A. And an alloy. An alloy is a homogeneous mixture. Okay, fine, very good. Aditya is very fast. You people are more expert handling the all this device more than the teachers, huh? Okay, then fill in the blanks. Let us see the fill in the blanks. Question number A. Very good, Aditya. Huh? Good, well done. Question number A means 1. Question number 1. A dash can be split into simpler substances by physical means like filtration, sublimation and distillation. The answer will be mixture. Okay, very good. The constituents of a compound are present in dash proportion by mass, and the answer is a definite proportion of mass. Okay. Question number 2, that constituent of a compound are present in a definite proportion by mass. Number 3, it is written definite, so don't write fixed. Okay, you take the word which is there in the option. Okay, don't write your own word. I know the fixed and definite, I taught you definite, fixed, both. So the answer is given definite and any, so you use definite. Take that word which is given in the option. A fizzy drink is a dash mixture. A fizzy drink is a homogeneous mixture of carbon dioxide and water. So that is no need of writing over here, just you take homogeneous. Alright, very good. Number 4. Two dash liquids may be separated by using a separating funnel. Which liquids? Okay, immiscible liquid. The liquid which are immiscible, which forms the two layers. Okay, immiscible liquids only can be separated by separating funnel. Alright, that's it. Let us go to the next objective. Write T for the true and F for the false of the following statements. Okay. Number 1. An element contains more than one type of atoms. No, it is false. An element contains only one type of atoms. It doesn't contain more than one type of atoms. A compound contains only one type of atoms. This is also false. Compound doesn't contains only one type of atoms. Number 3, air is a mixture of elements and compounds. Yes, number 3 is true. Number 3 is true because air is a mixture of elements and the compounds. There is element, oxygen is element, hydrogen, argon gases, this nitrogen is element, and compound, carbon dioxide and water molecules, that is H2O. An alloy is a homogeneous mixture. Yes, it is true. And number 5, common salt is manufactured by the evaporation of seawater. This is also true. So we have first one is false, second is false, third, fourth and fifth are true. Okay. So I hope you wrote all this question answer. Right, very nice, very nice. Once again I thank all the students, those who have subscribed me, and please tell others also to subscribe because I will be taking more classes in the future. Okay, why I am saying, because when I checked my YouTube channels and all, I saw that class 8 are very less. Okay, class 8 are very less students they have subscribed. So please inform others also. Okay. Yes, Aditya, you are welcome. Everyone, thank you that you were patiently listening to me. Okay. All right. So if you have any question regarding with this chapter or the chapters which already you have learned, I think teachers have taught you chapter 1, chapter 2 and chapter 3 that I taught you. Okay. So you are welcome to send me the question. You can post in my channel and I will collect all the question, and one day I will clear all the doubts and I will explain those questions. Okay. So thank you and God bless you. Stay home, stay safe. I will see who will teach chapter 4. I will speak to my co-teachers if they are ready. Otherwise I will see if I can teach, then it will be well and good. Okay. So till then, all the best. Do all the question answer in your copy. No need of posting those question answer in class dojo. Okay. So see you soon. Bye bye. God bless you. Stay home, stay safe. Bye.